Good morning and welcome to Waterloo Wednesday. Thanks for joining again today. Hope that you're having a good day, and it's great to be back in my church office. I showed up here today to let in some workers. We had some people working on our boiler, and then we have also had some people cleaning carpets. Brother Pat Odell, he does that for us. And then we've also I got a package coming in today, and then so I just kind of moved my workstation back to the church, and thankfully I've received information from the NCLL, the National Center for Life and Liberty, Dr. David Gibbs III, or Brother David Gibbs III. He is a Christian lawyer, and informed us that we are able to do certain things at the church, and that it is in some ways considered an essential business. Obviously, we would agree completely with that. And so been doing some things here today, and looking forward to the work day ahead of me, but wanted to just mention a few things here. As you can tell, obviously it is a little bit different setting, so maybe different lighting here. I'm not a professional, so I'll do my best with this, but hopefully you don't get too distracted if there's any changes in light or anything like that. But wanted to just mention a few things before I give a word of encouragement. As I mentioned in an email, please pray for Betty Dermer, one of our members who is at Applewood Nursing Home. She just recently turned 100 years old, and she has tested positive for the COVID-19. So if you'd please be in prayer for her. We're thankful that all others who have had it in our church have been able to recover. Mrs. Bolligan, she sends, and her husband as well, send their thanks for the church for praying, and then also the Ortos as well. So glad that Brother Emery is better, and so we're glad for that. Definitely was a blessing to see them as they drove by on a Sunday to our meet and greet from 1 to 3. They were our first ones to come through, and so it was great to see the Ortos. But if you'll just continue to pray for all those that have been sick or that, of course, have the potential there, want to make sure that we are staying healthy. So we're enjoying still the day that we had on Sunday. So thankful that we could be with the church in some way and be safe but and compliant, but at the same time be together. That's what the church does. We congregate, we assemble. And so that's what we do, and so glad for that. I also wanted to mention a word of praise for an answered prayer. Brother Rob Griffin, he's got a job, starts Monday. So really glad for that. I know that's what we prayed for this past week, and everything's gone really well with that. So we're definitely thankful. Also wanted to just kind of share a neat blessing. I keep up here and there with Brother Jim and Natalie Torres, some of our former members that moved to Georgia. Just a sweet couple, sweet family, so thankful for them. And they were just sending me some articles, and one of the articles that we texted back and forth on was an article about a school district in Washington that seems to be endorsing and pushing the Islam religion, and obviously in our country the one true God and Christianity seems to be fought against and opposed and pushed aside, but most other religions are accepted and promoted and celebrated, and this is just another one of those examples. And obviously it doesn't make sense, it's unreasonable, but that's what happens when you push away the one true God. You do very unreasonable and contradictory things, and that's exactly what happened. So we texted back and forth, but it was so neat just to see the text come back that said, but one day every knee will bow before the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And that's what really Christian fellowship is about, as we talk about the world and talk about different things, to bring it back into a godly perspective and a biblical perspective. That was so refreshing, so exciting, and just reminds us that, yeah, we do live in a crooked world, but there is a great hope and a great joy as we realize that one day everyone will know the truth, and we will see Jesus Christ coming back on the clouds of glory, and we will be caught up together with him. And I'm so thankful that we will be with him, and as we come back with him as well, all the world will see that he is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And so want to just encourage the church to always be admonishing and encouraging each other, speaking the truth in love to one another as we see the day approaching and as we go through so much of hardships and troubles in this world. It's so good to focus on the truths of Scripture. And so with that, I wanted to just share with you something I've been going through in my devotions, read through the book of Ecclesiastes recently, and just was again impressed by that book and so thankful for it. And it gives the perspective of life underneath the sun. Without a heavenly perspective, if we just live for life on this earth, he says it's vanity of vanities. All is vanity if you don't live with a heavenly perspective and just for the things of this earth. And so at the end, he concluded with these words. He said, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil." And as the world is panicked about losing the here and now, life under the sun, may we remember that it's vanity anyway if this is all we live for. What we live for truly is an eternal kingdom. We live with a heavenly perspective, and we actually can find great meaning in this life when we fear God and keep his commandments. So let's make sure we keep our focus on that. So thankful for you all, love you all, and praying for you. Continue to check your emails, text messages from the church as we continue to update and plan some more things up ahead so that we can get together and enjoy sweet fellowship. And so we love you all. Thank you so much for joining today. We'll talk to you again. Bye.